Hi, welcome back to KK's Quilt Studio. It's springtime here in the Midwest, and boy, my husband couldn't wait to get the boat out of storage and get out on the lake and do some fishing. I like to go out with him every now and again just to enjoy the fresh air, the sunshine, and being out on the water. And he has his special fishing shirt. I thought while I was playing around with Art and Stitch, I probably need to create my own fishing shirt. So I whipped up this design. Today we're going to work with specialty fills. We're going to learn about the TrueType font tool, play with that again, and do some work in creative fills. Actually create a new one. So let's get started. Get to your Art and Stitch, open up a design page, a fresh design page. Make sure, of course, again, that you're in embroidery, set for your machine format. And today we're going to start in our libraries. We've used the libraries before, where you have the drop-down menu with all the shapes. And of course, we're going to need the shapes library again. And we're going to select this little fish. Okay, he comes in, and as you can see, he's quite large. For creative fills, we need to bring him down to size. So with the fish selected, go into Properties, Transform, and with your Maintain Aspect Ratio checked, we're going to bring him down to about 1/3 of an inch. And click Apply. Oh, he got real small, so let's zoom in on him. Okay, and then go back to your Reshape tool, and we have him lined up along the grid. So we're going to cut this fish in half. So along the line, right click and split the line. And again at his nose, right click and split the line. And now we have 2 halves of the fish. So go back to your select tool, and we're going to separate them ever so slightly. So bring him up just a little bit. While he's still selected, go to the Repeat tool, and we only need 1 fish. We're going to change the horizontal distance to -0.02. So if I just tap 2 times, or you can enter the number however you want to do, and that brings them close enough together. That looks good. So repeat, we're going to repeat about 15 and click OK. All right, while they're still selected, we're going to right click and connect objects. We're going to do the same with the bottom half. Repeat tool. We only want 1 down. Change the horizontal distance to 0.02 and repeat the same number. 15. Click OK. And I'm going to bring that back ever so slightly. And then again, while they're selected, right click and connect. Okay, go to our zoom tool. We're going to zoom in on that last fish. Again, I'm going to make them a little bit shorter so they're going to line up. go to your select tool, and we're going to tie these two rows of fish back together. I'm going to bring that top half down. And if you change to the reshape tool, we're going to tie these together with our T key at the nose. So you're going to left click, hold down, hit the T key, and tie. And now that becomes one unit. If we space bar, that'll get us back out to the end. Okay, this time go back to select, and we are going to copy and paste and bring the next set down, lining them up. You can also use your repeat tool up here. I'm going to zoom back in on the tail end, and I'm going to create a line to tie these two rows of fishes together. So it's gonna start at the top, stitch, and then stitch to the right, and then stitch back to the left. So I want to tie this tail end with the beginning. Okay. And we would repeat that with subsequent fish. So now we've tied that and that one together. We should have tied both rows together. And then you can use your repeat tool to create a whole gaggle of fish. I don't know what you call a school of fish. That's what we call it. So that's what we've created here. And once we've created that, we need to merge them all together. Once we've done that, we're going to go up. We've created our fill, so we want to save it into the library. And custom shapes, and you'll see creative fills and my creative fills. I saved mine in the creative fills course with a different color, but it's best to save them in your creative fills so that you know the ones that you've saved, and if you ever need to transfer it to another computer any future date, it's in my creative fills, and so then you'd click save. So that's how you save and create your own custom creative fill. Okay, once that is done, we are going to start the next portion of our design. We need to go to the bottom of your first toolbar, which is the TrueType font, the little TT. Actually, we're going to bring in our creative fill first. Let's do that. Go under creative fills. Takes a couple minutes to bring them all up. Okay, and I'm going to select the KK fish. Again, just hit your space key. Okay, there are my fish. Now let's go down to that TrueType font key, and you see I've already been working with this, so I'm going to type in going. I did this in 2 lines. Going, and select your TrueType font. I use the Boulder font, and you can select it however big you want. Doesn't really matter here, and click OK. And we are going to uncheck fill and apply. And I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. You just by dragging on the corner key, you can make it bigger. And let's bring that in, kind of center it. Okay. I do need to right click and merge those letters. That is important. Go back to your sequence view. Make sure that if you brought in your text first or your creative fill second, you need to make sure of the order. So the creative fill it comes before the letters. That's important. So if you select all items, the fill and the font, you'll see down here this little heart lights up. That's your creative fill tool, and we're going to left click on that. You can also right click over this area and you would get the creative fill selection on that little menu that pops up when you right click your mouse. And there you have the first part of our font that we used over our fish. Go ahead and select it all again, and you see everything is broken apart in our sequence view. We need to merge that, so we're going to right click and merge, and simple as that. There it is. Before I do that, I needed to do one other thing so that this, let's duplicate that outline so that we can do a satin stitch around. And I'm going up to my copy and paste, and we'll assign that another color. Okay, so go ahead and center. Let's undo, and let's select everything and center that. Then I'll select this one and drag it away. Select this like we did before and merge. And realign that. So this, the pink one, we're going to assign a satin stitch, and it's yelling at me. That's okay, because we're going to reduce the satin stitch. We're going to go down to probably a 2 millimeter and click apply. And it didn't yell at me that time. So let's go back to sequence view, and here we are going to assign a running stitch. So that's how you would do the second part of this. I did going fishing, and then we would do the fish applique next. So let's go back to the shapes library. Okay. Bring back in our fish. This time I made him a little bit larger. You can do that also in the transform tool. And if you just click your applique, it will assign the applique stitches for you. And then we go into the properties tool, and you can either this is something, it's a cool tool. Down here in the fabric, click on that little box with the dots and it brings up fabrics that you can use to fill. You can also search through your computer and bring up fabrics that you want to use. I used this one with the bubbles, but that will assign fabrics so you get a realistic view of what you're doing. Go back to the going, copy, and bring it back to the fish page and bring it in. So that's how you put everything together. Do your GUIN, going and fishing, and bring it in, and then for the little bubbles, this is the finished design. I simply used my shape tools and assigned some satin stitches. So all we need to do now is to sew it out and enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Like I said, it was fast and brief, but if you go to my website, you can find out more about registering for an upcoming class, and I hope you had fun. You might get to go fishing, and have a good day. Happy sewing.